Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. It's your last chance to get Disney Plus and Hulu together for just $2.99 a month.
Definitely a very smart move.
Get both and watch Star Wars Andor Season 2 and Mufasa the Lion King on Disney Plus.
There's a lot of stories with all of us.
On Hulu, it's the new season of The Handmaid's Tale and The Complete Unknown.
Give a warm welcome to Bob Dylan.
Don't miss your last chance to get Disney Plus and Hulu together for just $2.99 a month for 4 months. New and returning subscribers, 18 plus only. After 4 months, plan auto renews at $10.99 a month until canceled. Offer ends 3/30/25. Terms apply.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have an accident blocking Highway 169 southbound between County Road 69 and Chestnut Boulevard. The Lafayette Freeway, slow northbound from the Lafayette Bridge up to 94. We have an accident on 694 eastbound at Victoria involving a truck on the right shoulder. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Totino Grace Summer Camps. Get your kids to ignore the screens and have some fun this summer at Totino Grace Summer Camps. Sports, academics, arts, and more for kids in elementary through high school. Register today at totinograce.org/summer camps.
Now live on streaming video, KDWB's Dave Ryan Show is now on YouTube every morning starting at 7 a.m. Just search Dave Ryan TV.
Tomorrow night, I get the privilege of going to the Wild game and saying, let's play hockey. Mm-hmm. I guess the guy from Fargo and the guy from, there's another one, Jerry Lundegaard, who was in Fargo.
That is the most Minnesotan name
Jerry Lundegaard. He's a big star, and I can't think of his name, but he did it either last night or the night before. But my favorite is when Adrian Peterson from the Vikings went to the Vikings game, and he was going to say, let's play hockey. But it didn't go exactly right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the Fox Sports North stage for a special introduction. This 7th pick in the 2007 NFL Draft owns the record for most rushing yards in a single game and most 200-yard games for a rookie. He was the 2007 Pro Bowl MVP and led the league in rushing in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vikings All-Pro running back Adrian Peterson.
What could go wrong?
Right.
Take it away, AP.
All right. It's time to drop the puck. So everyone say it with me. To play hockey.
No way. And nobody said it with him because that's not the line.
That's not the line.
Not the line. I think that the audio might have dropped out. I think he said it's time to play hockey, but you're supposed to go, let's play hockey. And he probably forgot his line, but what a doughhead.
How do you forget that? How do you forget those 3 words?
That's what I mean.
What are they going to say about you? Because they said a lot about him right before, like, oh, he's 7th pick.
They'll probably mistake me for Tom Bernard. Here he is, the host of the KQ Morning Show. Legendary Tom Bernard.
It's Dave Ryan.
It's Dave Ryan. Go get a beer. Who? Let's drop that hockey puck. You know I'm going to get nervous and screw it up.
They probably have learned a lesson at that point if they're good at like game day stuff and literally have it printed huge right in front of the person that says, let's play hockey.
But you don't need to print it. It's just 3
but
words.
You never know. You never know. Some people get a little stage fright and then they screw things up.
Dave.
I think it's what happened with AP. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I got to read this email. My husband and I have been house hunting. We've been told we should talk to the neighbors if we like a house to get an idea of what the neighborhood's like. So we recently liked a house, and we asked a neighbor, how do you like the area? The neighbor said it's great except for bikini mom. I'm like, what does that even mean? She said, there's a woman in the neighborhood, about 35. She got 2 kids. She's pretty hot, and all summer she walks around the neighborhood in a bikini, gets the mail in a bikini, mows the lawn in a bikini, et cetera, et cetera. After that, I said to my husband, we ain't buying this house. I don't want to live in a neighborhood where there's somebody known as Bikini Mom. My husband thinks it's ridiculous. I don't want to look out my front window and see a bikini model walking around. Am I the jerk for saying we're not buying that house? If that makes you uncomfortable, then keep on looking. Mm-hmm. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. But at the same time, 35 years old, I mean, she looks hot. She knows it. That's why she's walking around in a bikini.
To the mailbox. That's just,
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you're just like looking for attention from neighbors.
Of course you're looking for attention. We had a woman show up at a Boy Scout camp 10, 15 years ago, and the rest of us were in swimsuits or like a tank, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in like a little bikini around 13, 14-year-old boys. And of course, we all gossiped about her. It's like, what kind of scout mom is showing us? She looked hot.
Yeah.
And she knew it.
If you've got it, flaunt it.
Then maybe she just thought, I look athletic and this is me and I'm going to do whatever I want to. But I mean, have some decorum at a scout camp.
Well, yeah, scout camp, I think maybe that's different. But like bikini mom's on her own property. She's
out and getting the lawn. She's out getting the mail.
That's her property.
Okay. Walking on the street. Okay.
Yeah. I don't understand why it's a big deal. I think instead of being upset that this woman is walking around in a bikini and how dare she, I feel like you could check in with yourself and be like, why am I mad about this? Because I think that.
What if it was a guy in a thong?
Except it wouldn't. That's not something that happens though. That's like a.
But this doesn't happen
such
either.
Such a huge what if.
So the woman gets a pass, but a guy does not get a pass.
No, that's such a huge what if situation because you never see a guy walking around in a thong, but you would see a woman in a bikini.
And it's also kind of comical if it's a guy walking around in a thong.
I'm going to do that around my neighborhood.
A tuba walks around
You
with
do
him.
that, Dave?
I'm going to walk around in the neighborhood in a thong. Vaughn's going to come with me. You got a thong, don't you?
I have a bunch of them.
What do you think? I think it's a little bit ridiculous that you will give up a house if you like that house.
Yeah, right.
Bikini mom will. Bikini mom will either get older and decide she doesn't want to do it anymore, or she'll move away. Or guess what? You don't have to look.
Yeah.
Did they say they live in Minnesota also? Because I mean, you're only dealing with that a few months out of the year then.
Yeah. That's
I mean, probably from May until September, walking around in a bikini.
Then how often are you going to see her, do you think? Like, it's not every single time. She's not sitting outside waiting for you.
Yeah, she's not. Unless you're, like, standing at the window waiting for her to come out so you can be mad about it.
Yeah,
but then that's a choice you're making. I think she should buy the house anyway.
What do you think? Send me a text at KDWB1-53921. By the way, it was William H. Macy that did the Drop the Puck last night. Frank Gallagher from Shameless. That's what it's from. What do you think? Would Alyssa let you buy this house, Vaughn? You're looking at this house, bikini mom strolling up and down the street looking all hot. Would Alyssa be like, we're going to look somewhere else. We're going to Plymouth.
I don't think so. Alyssa's not like the jealous type. That's more like I'm more the insecure one in our relationship just because I know Alyssa's way out of my league. She's 10 times better looking than me. But I don't think so. I think she might be more uncomfortable than me, but I don't think she'd be like, nope, can't do it.
I know Susan would laugh. She'd be like, there's a mom walking around in a bikini outside. Oh, you're going to get a big eyeful when you're looking out the front window.
I think you just got to change your perspective. Like if I'm Susan, I can choose to be upset or I can choose to think it's funny. And like just choose to think it's funny. Like, oh, here comes bikini mom again.
Here's a text that says, we totally have a Speedo guy, neighbor who mows the lawn in a Speedo all the time.
That's fun.
Doesn't want those tan lines.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
If that's the worst thing she does, dang, take that house, look up the neighbor's stories from hell, and you'll read some crap. It is ridiculous. She can do whatever she wants at her house. That person sounds insecure. Buy it and challenge her with your own bikini.
Ooh, I never thought about this. Someone said, don't move to Florida. People are in swimsuits everywhere.
No, that's true. I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Last text, we got to move on. For Bikini Mom, as a parent, I don't have a problem with people feeling confident in their own skin and all the happiness that goes along with it, but it's actually not appropriate. You're not at the beach. You're not at the pool. If you were, I wouldn't question it, but you walk around for a purpose to gain attention. Our bodies are not here to gain the attention of anybody else's gaze.
Your body's for whatever you want to do. Like, I don't think you should hide your body just because you're not at the beach.
Yeah.
As a kid, our neighbor across the street was always a man in booty shorts doing his lawn care and tanning in the front yard every day until winter. That was weird. Now where I live with my husband, there's a 50-year-old woman that's always in her bikini doing the same thing across the street. Yeah, you get used to it, unfortunately. All right.
Follow your bliss.
Here's something interesting. If the bikini person wasn't hot, would that change your perspective?
I was thinking about that.
So let's say if her body looked like my body.
Yeah.
She's out there walking around with a belly.
And flags under her arms.
Chicken legs. And a what under my arm?
The flabbies under her arms.
I got biceps.
Yeah, he is strong. You can't make fun of his biceps.
I was saying
look at those arms. Look at those arms.
Oh, YouTube Live? Oh, the views just shot up to 1,000.
No, they didn't.
Look at those arms on there. We're going to come right back. This is going to be fun. The top 10 one-hit wonders of the 2000s. Some of these you're like, oh, my God, that song is so great. And some of you might like, I forgot about that song. Top 10 one-hit wonders of the 2000s. Coming up next on KDWB.
101.3 KDWB is your concert hookup. Pick Your Ticket Tuesday was so big. We're doing it again Tuesday. And we've got a few new concerts for you to choose from. Tate McRae, the Jonas Brothers, Charlie XCX, The Weeknd, Katy Perry, Teddy Swims, and Halsey. Your first chance to win is Tuesday morning. And don't forget to listen to KDWB on our free iHeartRadio app. Plus, you're never more than 30 minutes away from winning. It's a Pick Your Ticket Tuesday from 101.3 KDWB.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
The weather is going to be all over the place this weekend, so your pretty typical Minnesota spring weekend. Cloudy and 70 today. Tomorrow we'll see rain, a high of 42. And Sunday, a mixture of rain and ice in the morning, a high of 37.
This report is sponsored by Scandinavian Designs. Hey, friends. The spring sale is in bloom at Scandinavian Designs. For a limited time, save up to 40% on European-inspired home furnishings for your whole home. Shop their Roseville showroom today.
Getting ready for summer vacation. It's a process because it's lots of time at the beach and the pool, bikinis. That's why I hit up Ideal Image. You know, the spots that won't go away no matter how much ab work you do. So I did Cool Sculpting Elite at Ideal Image on my tummy, and it freezes away stubborn fat without surgery or downtime. You're just there hanging out. I was watching a show on my phone. The results are amazing. And right now you can get up to 52% off Cool Sculpting. Call them 1-800-BE-IDEAL, 1-800-BE-IDEAL, or idealimage.com.
I've been told I'm made up, that mer people are just fairy tales. Same with dragons and unicorns. Oh well, at least we can all agree that recycling exists, and it works. Around 30,000 tons of plastic is recycled in the Twin Cities each year. Plastics like milk jugs and laundry detergent bottles get made into outdoor products like durable decking, fencing, and landscaping products in Minnesota. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling at recyclingexists.com.
KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free.
Take your time, just in your own words. Tell me why you're on War of the Roses.
We both have an Apple Watch, right? Their relationship is too close at this point, and I think he's using... One girl decides to sit on Adam's lap in the pool.
She came home, and I noticed scratches on her back.
I'll admit, I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you blame my head and not my
I checked his phone. Sometimes you kind of get the urges to.
I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved.
He has this like blue, nice peacoat, but he comes home and I've been noticing these like long women's hairs stuck to it.
So she strips down, and while she's walking into the bathroom, I see something stuck to her. So I pull it off. I'm like, what the hell is this?
How long has this been going on?
You're f***ing Robert, I know it.
So my boyfriend was caught with second-degree burns from chocolate syrup that he was using to pleasure himself with. We are rekindling our relationship. He basically asked him out right in front of me. You know, like, we have to go out sometime.
My ex-boyfriend, he needed a place to live. You know, he can live in my snowmobile trailer.
It's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once.
What? I mean, this is crazy. Can we just have like a conversation like real people?
Are you schooling her? You know what? Can you be a little bit more insecure? You know, this is
She said, save your apology. just gotta know. How long has this been going?
It's been a long time coming, and I'm sorry.
You're a piece of work. You know, you're a piece of work. Because what?
I'm a piece of work.
Believe that this is an ex-girlfriend. Just delete that.
You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately.
You go all hang out with your slut brigade every.
Whoa, the slut brigade.
Okay, so then you're admitting it now. You're admitting it. Like I caught you before and you were lying, and now you're admitting it.
And you're sending her roses instead of me?
She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show?
She lied and said that her birth control didn't work, so she was already pregnant. So then they had sex without any protection. That's how she got
Ooh,
pregnant.
that's a dirty trick.
So she tricked him.
I'm sorry, is there any truth to this?
How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me.
Your husband put us up to this. Maybe you owe him an explanation.
Yep.
Trick a woman into saying things?
But we trick men too, to be fair.
We
We're
trick
equal
men most of the
opportunity.
time.
Listen, I had to have sex. Like, listen, I had to save my job.
I've heard guys squirm on War of the Roses before. You are not even able to complete a full sentence.
I even my psychic had told me that we were soulmates and that, we would have a family. And I just know that this is the right guy.
Okay, well, you realize that sounds pretty psycho.
I've been feeling it lately, baby.
Deals on brands I love, new fashions, hot trends, and decor my guests will fuss over. Oh, and Easter. Burlington has excellent savings up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. The deals are in the air at Burlington. You better be there too. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow. Styles and selections may vary.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
We have an accident closing Highway 169 southbound from County Road 69 to Chestnut Boulevard. There's an accident 694 eastbound at Victoria on the right shoulder involving a truck. The Lafayette Freeway slow northbound from the Lafayette Bridge up to 94. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less, but only for a limited time. Hurry. Book your appointment at jacksonhewitt.com today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite new thing.
But did you know you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast? That amazing playlist you made for free? Even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Pop Top 20, iHeart Pop Hits, and Pop Rocks.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today. iHeartRadio. Hear the Dave Ryan Show on the radio, on the iHeartRadio app, and watch on YouTube. Dave Ryan TV from KDWB.
We are now live for 1 hour, commercial free. It's going to be a gorgeous day today. What more could you want? Waffles. I can't help you with that.
Talk about it.
But I mean, that would be great if you had waffles and a latte.
I have a latte, but not a waffle.
Yeah, Bailey does have a latte right now. I'm jealous of it.
All right. It's Friday. It's supposed to be nice today. I'm going to do the Wild thing tomorrow night for the Wild game. Then we're going to do the Let's Play hockey thing together. That'll be kind of fun. And we're doing one-hit wonders. One-hit wonders of the 2000s so far. In no particular order, this song first came on American Idol when it showed people auditioning for American Idol, and then they would fail, and they would slowly walk off the set in slow motion and hug their mama. And this song debuted on American Idol. Nobody had ever heard it before. And within days, it was a huge radio hit from 2005.
Because you had a bad day, you take everyone down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work on a smile and you go for a ride.
Daniel Powder.
They used to walk people off American Idol with this song? That's such a sad thing.
They did, because back then American Idol was way different. It's evolved over the years. But they would have somebody come on and they'd be all excited, and then Simon would be like, no, it's not good. And Randy would say, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me.
And Paula would go,
just like that. That's such a savage move from American Idol. I know that because the Alvin and the Chipmunks did it.
Oh, really?
What? Yes. Wait, what?
Alvin and the Chipmunks did it in their movie. That's the song that they're singing outside of Dave's window when
Shut up.
like when he first realizes, wait, you guys can sing? Oh, snap. And they're harmonizing and everything. Mm-hmm.
Okay, one hit wonder of the 2000s, number 2. These are in no particular order, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a lot of fun. The video was a lot of fun. And you'll know this song the minute I hit it. From 2003, a one-hit wonder from a band called Fountains of Wayne. One-hit wonders of the 2000s. And by the way, I need you to text me and tell me what song we should play. When we get to like all through like 10 of them, or you go, oh, God, I really want to hear Stacey's Mom, text me at KDWB1. We'll pull one song out and we'll play the entire song, okay? Let's go to 2004. 2004, this was a guy who blew up. He was so huge, he was expected to be like the next big thing. I remember back when they used to have magazines on airplanes. I pull up the in-flight magazine. There's an article about this artist saying they're the next big thing.
Really?
They're going to be as big as, name somebody that was big. Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
They're going to be as big as Lionel Richie. He did one song and he was done. 2004, he did come to KDWB Star Party.
Oh.
James Blunt.
You're beautiful.
Oh.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you.
You write a song like that's so beautiful, you think you can write another song like that.
And you can't.
Doesn't always work that way.
I just remember that music video because he like slowly took off all of his clothing in the rain. And I just remember him taking his shoes off and placing them right next to him as he's like singing in slow motion. And I'm just like, what does it mean? I don't know. It means I'm beautiful. That's
But
what it means.
you remembered it, though.
I
so
do
it must have
remember
worked.
it. It works,
Okay.
yeah.
One-hit wonders of the 2000s. I don't have a story about this band. I don't have a story. I wish I did. You make up your own story. It is from 2003, a one-hit wonder from the darkness.
I feel like I have a story.
Okay.
The screech owl that used to work on this show, Steve Letarte, would sing that song.
Yeah, he
and
did, yeah.
screech at the top of his lungs. So I always think of Steve when I hear that song.
That's a good point. Yes, I remember that one. Somebody texted in and said Fountains of Wayne might be a one-hit wonder, but the lead singer who wrote most, if not all, the songs for the TV show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
There's a lot of people who were like, they had a one-hit wonder, and then they went on to write, the guy who wrote the theme song from The Office, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da, you know the song.
Yeah.
He had a couple of one-hit wonders back in, or maybe a couple of hit songs back in the 70s. His name was Jay Ferguson.
Huh.
Moving on. I don't have a story about this band either, but they were a big one-hit wonder. You will know the song instantly from 2004. The band with the worst name of all time. A horrible name for a band. Hoobastank.
That I just want you to know I found a reason for me to change who I used to be. A reason to start over new. And the reason is you.
We're doing the top 10 one-hit wonders of the 2000s so far. Now, there are going to be a few where you go, well, what about this one? What about Owl City Fireflies? I mean, sure. And that it was just a matter of, like, throw a dart at the wall.
Yeah.
There were some that are not going to get in that could have easily been in there, too.
That's so good.
But we did throw in this one because especially Jenny and Bailey were like, oh, my God, We've got to put this
Great
song
song.
in
Mm-hmm.
from 2001. Dream. He Loves You Not. I don't know that that's
So
the
good.
biggest song, but it's fun.
It's fun.
So
I wanted to
it
hear
works.
from some women.
Let's do they're in no particular order. From just crossed the threshold right into 2000, one of the first one-hit wonders of the 2000s, Crazy Town, Butterfly.
Come, my lady, come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come, my lady, you're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake, you make me go crazy. Come, my lady, come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come, my lady, you're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake, you make me go crazy.
Lead singer Shifty Shell Shock.
Oh, really?
That was the guy's name, Shifty Shell Shock. Not his real name.
It's a dirty song. I was just listening to the lyrics.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You make my legs shake, I'll make you go crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty raunchy.
Well, they're doing squats. They're doing goblet squats.
Oh, goblet squats.
Yeah, goblet squats. Your
Oh,
legs
it's like
start
the
to shake.
lyrics before that leading up to that part.
What does it say, Jenny?
Come, my lady, come, my lady.
Then I never took it dirty. Never took it dirty. I just don't. My mind doesn't work that way.
Yes, it does.
He's asking her to dance.
He's a decent human, Jenny.
Oh, yeah. Right. The filth. He's the minus me, the filthiest one on the show.
Minus
Who,
you.
me?
After
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, you.
Okay, thank
and
you.
that
I'm going to
Nerf
name my
ball.
kid Shifty. What is it? Shifty
Shell Shock.
I'm going to name my kid that.
This one, it's got to be on the list of one-hit wonders. It needs no introduction. The Baha. Thank you, Steve. Baha Men. What you might not know about that song is the Baha Men had been around for a while, but they were older. They were like pushing 40. And they're like, we're not going to put a video of us on the beach with our shirts off. So they hired several young guys, 20-year-old ripped guys that were never in the band, didn't know the Baha Men, but they knew for a hot video they had to have sexy guys in it, and it worked. Let's move on to another one-hit wonder from 2000. This is 9 Days. You might not even know their name until I play their one hit.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And why she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles. How many love?
Okay, now we're up to the last, but I might have a bonus. Here we go. One hit wonder from 2002. I actually thought she had some other songs. Now, she wrote this song on her piano, and she only wrote the hook, the part that everybody knows of the song, the piano part of the song. She only wrote that part. And somebody said, wow, you got to make a song all about that. And so she wanted to call the song something boring like Prelude.
Yeah.
Prelude. Terrible name for a song.
Snooze fest.
So she changed the song name to 1,000 Miles.
Cause I need you, and I miss you. Now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time?
Shout out to White Chicks.
Is that in the movie?
Yes.
I don't
what
think
most people know it from.
I don't think anybody would know this song or Vanessa Carlton if it wasn't for that movie and Terry Crews doing the and I need you. He does like a funny dance.
I'm going to throw in a bonus song here.
Yeah.
Now, we said we're going to do top 10, but this one just occurred to me. And everybody, when you hear this song, you go, I don't know who they are. I've never heard another song from them. We're absolutely a one-hit wonder from the 2000s, but maybe that's why we didn't play. They were a little bit earlier. That's what
Yeah,
it
I
was,
think
right?
it was.
Like
I think
1998 or
yeah.
so. Oh, okay, but I'm going to throw it in anyway because why not? we need your help. Which of those songs should we play the entire song?
I've been keeping track so far on the text messages that we've been getting, and it looks like people are looking at Stacy's Mom or The Reason by Hoobastank. That's what has the most votes right now of the 11 that we have played.
Okay. I am down with Stacy's Mom.
Okay. That one's a banger.
I'm going to pull that one out. We'll do the entire song right now on One Hit Wonder Friday. Stacy's Mom, the whole thing. If you haven't watched the video in a while, watch the video. It's fun and it's stupid. And also, we'll be back with No Phone Screener Friday coming up next on KDWB. There it is, One Hit Wonder, Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's Mom on KDWB. Thanks for all the call. That was kind of fun. We should do that more often. All right, it's KDWB. Lady Gaga's birthday today. She is 39 years old today. Today is also National Hot Tub Day.
Ooh, you have? Oh, you do.
A hot tub, jacuzzi, spa, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Do you have one just in Colorado?
Out in Colorado, yes.
That sounds nice.
It is heaven.
Yeah.
It is amazing. All right, it's KDWB on Friday. Let's see what else is going on. We're going to do a couple of things in the dirt, and then we're going to get right into No Phone Screener Friday. So if you want to be on No Phone Screener Friday, you can start calling now to get on the radio and talk about anything that you want. Right now, though,
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Kelly Clarkson is a very interesting take on something she said, and we're going to talk about this, I think, later or maybe Monday, because I really thought this was interesting. She said that it sucks that schools have performances by the kids during school hours because parents have got to take off of work. And if you work down at, whatever, Eco Lab, you can't get in the car and drive across town to go see your kid's saxophone recital at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or your band concert or choir or whatever. And then the teachers are like, oh, I'm not going to do it at night. They don't pay me enough to come back at night. I already give up so much of my personal life for somebody else's kids. So I thought that was a really interesting take.
Yeah, because even after school could be 2:30, 3:30. That's still in the middle of your workday if you work a 9 to 5.
Well, true, but a lot of them are at night. Okay, have the band concert at night. That was when most of ours were. And that means the band teacher has got to come back at night. And the band teacher's got her own life. You know what I mean? She's got stuff. She's got cats.
She's got cats.
Well, we'll get into this at a different time. But I was going to say, how often do you have concerts?
Like
I feel
once
it's
a season, maybe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Probably once a month-ish. I mean, if you're, I don't know. That's a good, you usually have your winter concert, your spring concert, and then like a beginning, I don't know.
Like an end of year,
End of the year kind of a concert. And Chapel Roan is talking about how she's been in a relationship for months. Let's see what she has to say. Hold on.
Like this all like really, really blew up.
Yeah.
Like before I became, I'm dating the same person that I was dating before I got, like, it blew up.
I think we talked about this yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, she's been dating someone for about a year, and she said that she doesn't know that she'd be in a relationship if she wasn't already like dating someone before she blew up like she did. But because this person knows her like before everything happened, she feels like they're in a really good relationship.
Okay. Dirt is brought to you by 612 Injured Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. Katy Perry scheduled to launch into space on April 14th, about 2 weeks away. Blue Origin said yesterday the launch window opens that Monday morning in West Texas. It is an all-female crew that includes Gayle King and Katy Perry. So they're not pushing buttons or turning knobs or anything. They're just kind of along for a ride.
Well, yeah.
I just would never do. I don't want to go to space.
I don't want to die tragically in a space accident.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I would end up throwing up regardless, and that's not fun.
Yeah, she is forced to halt her tour rehearsals 1 week after the space flight. The Lifetime's tour opens in Mexico City. Blue Origin's 11th human mission includes a bunch of other people that I guess I should know, but I don't, so I'm sorry. Light me up over that one. The unique mission patch features a shooting star microphone to represent Gayle King. And for Katy Perry, the patch has fireworks.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know. Okay, cool. I mean, if you live, it's a great publicity stunt.
Yeah. And if you die.
And if you die.
It'll be a great publicity stunt.
Yeah, it's also big, too. And Diddy's legal team has denied the latest accusations. A male photographer claimed in a lawsuit that he was forced to perform for Diddy. Diddy's allegation allegedly threatened the man's career if he did not abide. It just sounds like Diddy is getting what Diddy deserves after all of these years of all the disgusting things that he's done. Snow White's going to repeat at the box office despite all the bad press. Disney realizes the bottom line looks bleak. The weekend might be another $20 million for their live-action movie that cost them $270 million to make. I saw an ad tie-in with Snow White and Kleenex yesterday.
Why?
I think I was watching Twin Cities Live.
Yeah.
The dwarves were sneezing because one of them is sneezy. Yeah. So he's pulling Kleenex out, and then it's like, see see Snow White in theaters now. No.
Yeah, that's smart marketing.
No, I don't want to. Snoop Dogg's going to deliver the commencement address for the University of Southern California's Marshall School of Business.
Okay.
I love how much random stuff Snoop does. Because wasn't he doing stuff with the Olympics, too? And it was just
with Martha Stewart, yeah.
It was just so bizarre.
Well, it's funny because he's like everybody's like, cool but kooky uncle now.
Yeah.
Because he's no longer a badass.
Right. He's just a
Once he started
doofy
doing,
dude.
he's like a doofy, lovable, stoned uncle that does T-Mobile commercials. Hangs out with Martha Stewart. All right, that is the dirt on KDWB. We're going to get right into No Phone Screener Friday. Let's do it right now. Here's the way it works. On No Phone Screener Friday, you're going to get on the radio to say whatever you want, okay? I mean, we'll keep it going until it gets weird or until it gets old, but we'll do like 10 minutes or so of nothing but phone calls that we don't screen. We just answer them. We pick them up live. So let it ring as long as it takes because you're going to let it ring like minutes because we'll be on the phone with somebody else. We'll pick you up and you'll be live on KDWB. Kind of the ground rules, no shout outs. It's funny because people that aren't listening right now, they'll call in 5 minutes not listening and they'll be like, I want to give a shout out.
Yep.
I'm not going to scold them for not hearing it. And also, you can't plug your event that's going on this weekend. If you got a big, pet adoption event going on this weekend, that's super cool. Send me a text message and I'll mention it, but we don't do that either. We just have some fun. Ask questions, make comments, complain about something, whatever you want to do. No Phone Screener Friday kicking off right now. Caller number 1, you're on KDWB. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Mike.
Mike, what do you want to talk about?
I have 2 questions. First, Bailey.
Yes.
Can you do the jackhammer?
The jackhammer sound? For sure. Let me get right now.
Plug it up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Good God.
That was
What's
a
your other
sympathy
question?
laugh, Jenny.
What is your other question, Mike?
Lord.
Dave.
Yeah.
You did a Sesame Street laugh of like Bert and Ernie a long time ago. Can you do that for me?
You're easy to entertain, Mike. Thank you. You have found the right radio station because we don't have quality entertainment. We have garbage like that. All right. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
My name's Mike.
Mike, another Mike. What's up, Mike?
I just have a 2-part question. Long-time listener. I think you guys all do a phenomenal job. Just kind of a couple of questions to ask. First, what kind of prep work do you do? Like, what's a typical day for you and your team when you guys prepare for your Dave Ryan Morning Show?
Okay.
And the second part question that I have, I appreciate, obviously, Dave being a DJ. I appreciate Fallon being a DJ and everyone. On the weekends, we don't ever hear Dave or Fallon on the weekend DJing. And I was just kind of curious on, we hear a lot of Vaunt and Bailey, Cole.
Too much.
Nothing against any of them. I was just curious on, does Dave Ryan ever do any morning shows? Or morning
or weekend stuff. Good, fair questions, Mike. First of all, we do a lot of preparation for the show. I know it sounds like we're throwing crap at the wall to see what sticks, but it's like we'll get an email. We'll read the email, say, do you want to talk about this woman on the show? Or is this a good War of the Roses? Or we'll record War of the Roses, and then the guy will answer the phone and go, I know exactly who this is. Or we'll be like, okay, we need something for social media. Vaunt, what do you got? So we do a lot. I mean, it does take a lot of planning for the show, and but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to create different ideas for the show. Like, okay, we should ask a question like, what star exudes evil? Ooh, well, that's kind of a fun one. But what's funny, Mike, is that people will throw out ideas, and a lot of the ideas are garbage. And I will throw out an idea and be like, hey, guys, I got an idea where we adopt a monkey for the show and we have Monkey Monday and let the monkey run the board then by their silence, Mike, I can tell it's a bad idea.
It's either that or we're trying to figure out if he's being sarcastic because he also likes to throw things out there that he is being sarcastic about.
Yep.
And then I have to be like, are we being for real?
Are this real? He'd be like, I'm just checking to see if you were listening.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a thing that Dave says.
And then the other thing is like, Fallon and I have been doing this long enough that we kind of they give us the weekend off. It's like, yeah, somebody's got to do it, but it ain't going to be me. Thanks, Mike. Have a good day.
Good, man. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
Kelly.
Kelly, what's on your mind?
Just wanted to ask a question about Vaunt. What is his role? Is he just a DJ? Is he a producer? I notice he screens the calls and stuff or answers calls. I listen a lot, so I call in a lot. And shout out to him. He's always very polite when I meet almost winner, which seems to happen all the time. So he always picks up and said, hey, we just had a winner, but call back and try again later or whatever. So
okay, Vaughn, you want to take that question?
Once Dave, this is a direct quote from Dave. He has said that I am the lightning bolt of bold statements on the show. So I'll say things that people aren't thinking. So in terms of on air, I would say that. I do phone calls. I do social media. I run the live stream. Pretty much they all want to cry if I'm not here one day. No, that's
true.
not true.
Yes, no, it is true. Yeah.
That's not true. No, I just do a little bit of everything. I'm so young in this radio industry, so I want to make sure I just have my hand in all the pots. And there's nothing that I don't think there's nothing I don't know how to do, but there's so many things I need to get 10 times better at. So
I think one thing about the show is like whenever anybody is gone, we absolutely miss that person's presence on the show. But there are 3 other people that pick up the slack very well.
Yeah.
Like I used to worry when I'd go on vacation, I'd be like, oh my God, what the hell are they going to do? It's going to be an S show. And sometimes it was. But then now it's like you don't even care when I'm gone. You don't even notice when I'm gone.
That's not true.
I could leave for a week and you'd be like, Oh, yeah. Oh, Dave hasn't been
Dave?
here for a week.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember it, Dave.
Like
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, I was gonna say like Monday, Jenny wasn't here, so like I had to help put together the show a little bit more than I typically would.
Yeah.
Or when I wasn't here, but a couple weeks ago, Bailey had to come over here and load audio and stuff. So
Pick
we
up
all
the
help
slack,
each other.
All right, KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
This is Anna.
What's up, Anna?
Hey, if you could pick a movie star to portray you in the movie about your life, all of you, who would you pick?
Robert Downey Jr. Bailey, you're up.
Oh my gosh! Why
I
did
can
you-
answer.
Okay, yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I
Okay.
was gonna say her too, but she's better for you, Jenny, for sure. Vaunt,
Chance the Rapper,
Yeah.
light skin.
maybe Zoe Deschanel if she was younger for me.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Is that from the girl from New Girl?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good answers. Okay, thank
Nice.
you. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
Oh, it's Kate.
Hi, Kate. What's up?
Hi. So I've been trying to pull all the people I know when you're in a public bathroom and you sit down to use the bathroom and you toot. Do you say "excuse me" when you know there's other people in there, or do you just kind of let it go because you're in the spot where you're supposed to do that?
The hard-hitting questions today.
Jenny, will you handle this one,
Yeah,
please?
I would love to. No, I don't say excuse me. Yeah, right. Why do I have to say excuse me? We're in a bathroom. If there's one spot you're supposed to toot, it's there. So I'm going to just let it fly and ignore it. Unless I do know someone else in the bathroom, then I'll be like, oh, sorry.
Can you ask somebody on the show with some more decorum? Jenny's the one that toots and doesn't say excuse me in public
That is
settings
not
as well.
true, Vaughn.
She's the tutor of the Dave Ryan show.
Okay.
I never know what to do. Right.
Thank you. Just when you toot.
So, do you say excuse me, Kate?
Sometimes, but then I feel more embarrassed.
Yeah, I
don't
wouldn't say anything. No, you're anonymous in there.
Pass it off that it wasn't you, even if it's just you and the one other person. Make it think it's
You got to
them.
do this. You got to do this whole thing where you go, and you pretend like that covered up your toot.
Yeah. Or you flush it as you're like tooting.
All right, we're going to change the subject right now. Thank you, Kate. All right, KDWB, they're gone. Bye.
bye.
KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday, 651-989 KDWB. Go over the rules again. No shout outs and no plugging your event. Other than that, you're pretty much whatever you want to do. Keep the phone ringing because we're not picking up the phone until you're on the radio. KDWB, you're on the radio. What's your name? And if you don't answer right away, that's fine. Maybe you chickened out. It's okay. KDWB, what's your name? Drew?
Luis.
Luis. Hey, Luis, what's up?
Hey, okay, I gotta ask because I never found out this is, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to ask, but like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
I'm going to stop him right there because I know what you're getting to and know you're not allowed to ask that. So
Yep.
thank you, Luis. I hope that answers your question. Have a good day.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
My name is Angela.
What's up, Angela?
Hi. I have a question for you. So back in the day, let's say like 2000s and that era, we had a lot of like rap music that had words and lyrics that weren't safe for radio. So we'd get like a radio edit of a song.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we get that anymore. So you guys are constantly like bleeping out the bad words, and then we miss like 75% of the song. Why is that?
Well, I remember back in the day, I don't know what song you're specifically talking about, but they would kind of like, they would reverse the word. So it would be like, instead of the F word or whatever. And people would blame us, and we'd be like, well, that's the artist's label edit. We'd never made edits ourselves, but the artist and the label would want their song on KDWB, so they would sacrifice a little bit of artistic integrity, and they would take the F word and make it go, so it would go backwards instead. Because either we wouldn't play it or they'd play their edit. I don't really know that there's a lot of swear word songs on the radio now, but usually that's how they handle it. Does that answer your question at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Have a good
thank
day.
you. Okay, thank you. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
My name is Andy.
What's up, Andy?
David, I have a question for you. You've said it in the past, but I always forget. If I ever see you in public, what is the situation where, yes, it's okay to ask for your signature and take a picture, and when is it not okay?
I mean, anytime. Really, anytime.
Well, no. I feel like if you're in the middle of a meal.
Well, and I was going to say, anytime, except if I'm sitting there at a table with my wife or my kids or whatever, then it's like, wait till we, leave or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, or at the urinal. I don't want you to hand me your phone or like a pencil and paper at the urinal because I'm holding something and it takes a lot of it's like wrestling a snake.
Shut up.
What?
You're gross.
Yeah, you are.
I am gross,
You
yeah.
are disgusting.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a
Yeah,
great
no,
weekend,
seriously,
guys.
we all love it when people come up and recognize us because
Yeah.
if you care enough about our show that you recognize us in public, then we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, we're never going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Right. Or if you send us a message after the fact saying, oh, I saw you, but I was too nervous to come up, and then we'll feel bad. No, come up. Please come up and talk to me.
You can find me at the urinal.
Okay.
Vaughn is so desperate, he hangs out at the urinal.
He's like,
you know
someone
who
with
I
a
am?
sign. that says,
Anyone?
I'm Vaughn.
All right, KDWB, no phone screener Friday. Down to a couple of more calls. What's your name?
My name is Katie.
What's up, Katie?
Hi, I was just curious. Do you think you'll ever bring Steve back? And then I also had another question.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay, let's do
Is a
the
hot
Steve.
dog a sandwich?
Let's do the Steve part first. I don't think Steve would come back. He's got his own thing now. I think he's moved on to other things here, so
Yeah.
I don't think that Steve would come back.
Jackson, however.
Yeah, I don't think that he ever would come back in a guest appearance, but no, full time. He's got his own thing. And is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it's a hot dog.
Yep, it's a hot dog. I ate a hot dog yesterday.
Doesn't
sandwich.
surprise me.
It was good. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. We do one more.
Yeah, one more.
One more. No phone screener Friday. You're on KDWB. What's your name?
Good morning. My name is Nicole.
What's up, Nicole?
So I'm typically like a rule follower, right? Virgo. Super anal. But somebody lied to me on the text message. So, Natalia at Woodbury High School, happy sweet 16th birthday, my beautiful girl. Mama's so proud of you. I love you. Have a great day. And Papa Dave did not give us tickets for Charlie XCX.
Oh,
Okay, you know what? I know who you're talking about. You did, and I feel bad because people will text in, and I know you said, hey, my daughter, we're dropping her off for school. She's turning 16. Can you give her a shout out?
Yeah.
And I said, yep, I'll do it next. And I forgot. So
It happens.
As fate would have it, the gods got you through today and got you on the radio to wish Natalia a happy 16th birthday. Is she in school now?
She is at Key Club, yes.
Okay, so she missed it, but later today you can play it back for her on the iHeartRadio app, okay?
It's going to be iHeartRadio through the whole weekend. I'm going to do it at her birthday party for all her friends.
Amazing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Natalia. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
And then back it up and play it again. And again.
No phone screener Friday with a hit. Way to go, guys.
Thank you. And that will wrap it up until next Friday. On KDWB, coming up on Tuesday, because, it's going into the weekend. We don't really want to think about the week or Monday or Tuesday. That's like, let's be in the weekend frame of mind. But on Tuesday, we're going to do Pick Your Ticket Tuesday again. So just a little mental bookmark in your head to be here on Tuesday, especially on Tuesday. We gave away so many tickets. I don't know how we're going to do it again, but we're going to mix it up and do some new artists, some different artists, some of the same artists next week on KDWB. Right now, though, Vaughn gets tired of being pigeonholed as the guy who's always complaining about something. Because he doesn't really complain that much, but he does stir the pot and brings up things like Kane sucks, Applebee's is mid, you should be able to take your phone out and talk on speakerphone in public, and stirs the pot. But he also wants to be positive on Vaughn's Feel Good Friday.
Heading over to Michigan for today's Feel Good Friday story. This young man, 26 years old, and a woman sees him on her Ring camera, and she's like, who is this young guy? But he found her wallet, and he returned it. And I think that he first of all, he returned it with all the cash, all the stuff in it. I probably would have took a couple of bucks out. That's a joke.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Probably would have copied down your credit card number. No, I'm kidding. And then afterward, them two had like a very nice conversation. Like she invited him in, and they had, I don't know if they had coffee or what, but they sat down and she talked about her life. He talked about how he works down at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. And I just feel like we don't have good people to do good deeds like that anymore. We have people like Dave Ryan who take air tags. People were probably doing social experiments, and he'll move them, and now they have to drive out of their way to go back and get them.
Ooh, that is a good point about social experiments, because that is all like TikTok and Instagram and whatever. But I think there's good people out there still.
Not as many as this 26-year-old. I feel like there are so many people that would have took money out or would have kept the wallet. Because he said the reason he returned it is because this happened to him and nobody ever returned it to him.
Oh.
So maybe he's not a good person. He only did it because somebody else did it for him.
This reminds me of those stories where like two unlikely people come together like by accident, and then they end up like having a lifelong relationship. Like a woman who's like 52 and this young man who's 22, and they happen to like meet on a bus by accident because one of them got on the wrong bus, and then they end up going to like Thanksgiving together for the rest of time. You know?
That's a thing. You know that, right?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
There's a woman who, she's like 50 something, and this guy ended up at her house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That was maybe 10 years ago. He's gone every year since.
Right, exactly. So I feel like
Oh, yeah, I saw that one, yeah.
This
He's like a
is-
young guy, yeah.
Yeah. This is like a setup for that same situation to happen again.
I love that.
This
Now-
like wallet returner.
Now, Dave, let me put you on the spot since I already did. A wallet, would you return that or would you leave it? Because AirTags are like location finders, so it's easy to
You're
find.
referring to something that people didn't hear 2 hours ago. I found an AirTag out on a walk, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I want that. And then I picked it up and realized I don't want them to follow me to my house. So I left it in a little library, one of those little birdhouse-looking things.
Yeah.
I stuck it in there. I figure if they want to find it that bad, they'll find it.
Yeah.
So,
But would you
a wallet?
the wallet?
Yeah, I'm in a fortunate situation that I don't need somebody else's $40 they got in their wallet. So I'm going to return it. Yeah, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to call them or like find their address and bring it over to their house.
Yeah.
I will say I found a wallet in high school that had a $20 bill in it. I took the $20 bill and then I threw the wallet in a mailbox.
And way back then, $20 was like $120.
You make a down payment on a car back then.
No,
That's
I
true.
wasn't asking because I thought you would need the money. An AirTag, no matter where you are, it's easy for that person to come back and get it. A wallet, you lose your wallet, you're SOL.
Yeah.
Put an AirTag in it.
I would absolutely help someone who lost their wallet because that is the worst feeling in the world
It is.
when you
It's so
don't
true.
know where your wallet is.
It is the
It's awful.
worst. Yeah. You don't need the $40, and then you're not a thief, so you're not going to use their credit card.
I'm not smart
So-
enough to do like credit card fraud.
Well, you're
either.
not dumb enough either.
Well,
You're not dumb enough.
I would
because
like
you
to give
could-
myself less credit and say I'm so
No,
smart
yeah.
enough.
A couple of quick things. Thank you, Vaughn. Appreciate it. Can we get a shout out? We get a dog adoption event at Harley-Davidson, Eden Prairie for the rescue crew tomorrow from 11 to 2. Rough Rescue, I think it's called, along with a cat adoption event at Pet Evolution in St. Paul from noon until 2. So,
Dave, you should go.
I'm going to go. I didn't know about this. I'm going to take a picture of it right now.
Because
Hold on one
one,
second.
you love Harley Davidson. 2, you want to adopt a pet. 3, Eden Prairie's not that far from you.
You're right.
So Harley
Exactly.
Davidson, Eden Prairie, what day?
That is tomorrow from 11 until 2. So it is a
Nice.
dog adoption event.
Maybe I should go to that too.
You should. You guys
Yeah.
could go together and hold hands. Oh,
I'm
all
busy
right.
Why do you always work the hold hands thing in there?
It's my bid. It's my one thing that I
ridiculous.
have.
All right, thank you, Vaughn. It is KDWB. Let's get right into it.
It's the Mixtape Game on KDWB.
All right, the way the game works, you've heard us do it before. We give a scenario, and you got to come up with the ideal song that would be on the Mixtape Game that's blasting in the background. And then I'm given the scenario today, so I will judge who is the winner on the Mixtape Game. And here we go with a fun one. I was actually pretty proud of this one. It seems like a lot of fun, and I want to hear each of your responses. Your dad is feeling down. Why is your dad feeling down? Well, dad reason. He put down new sod, and it's just not taking. It's not growing. It's turning brown. He spent like a few $100s on that sod. Cheer your dad up by playing your dad a song that you know he's going to love. Jenny,
Yeah.
you're up first.
Okay, so Glenn is my father's name, and Glenn actually got my sisters and I into a certain kind of music that we would sit and we would swing on our swing set and blast it from the cassette tape that he had their album on. And we loved it. He loved it. It all comes down to the Monkees.
Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we monkey around. But we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly.
This is literally an exact scenario, too. He'd be like doing work in the yard, and we'd just be on the swing set singing along to the song.
Yeah.
And he'd be singing, too, doing whatever he's doing in the yard. Oh, this song brings me back to so many memories.
I
Always
love
with
that.
my dad.
I knew that'd be a fun one. Good job, Jenny. Bailey, you're up next. Your dad is feeling down because he put new sod in the yard. It's just not taking. Cheer up your dad by playing a song that you know that he's going to love.
Okay, Gregory, that's my dad. Sometimes things just don't turn out the way we want them to. Doesn't mean we can't just start over again. We know what we're doing. We just got to get out the lawn chair, crack open maybe a Miller Lite, sit by the lawn to do some thinking, and just take it easy.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Such a dad song.
Oh, it is, yes.
Wheels make you crazy. Come on, baby. Don't say
as a dad, I give it a thumbprint of approval for
yes,
sure.
it's a very dad song.
Okay, Vaughn, you're up next. Your dad's feeling down. He put down new sod in the yard. It's not growing. Cheer your dad up, Vaughn, by playing a song you know dad's going to love.
Oh, don't be down, Papa. Your plants have the right sod, the right seeds, the right soil. Just needs a little love. Being upset isn't going to help anything. So put some pep in your step and walk on sunshine. The sunflowers start blooming. The vegetables that he didn't even plant start growing all.
Didn't even plant them.
Right. Now they're dancing. The daisies have a jig.
Whoa.
Hey.
Okay, all very good. One person stands out a little bit, though, because there was some basis in fact, and that would be Jenny.
Yay!
So,
I gotta call my dad.
Yeah, probably.
It's been a minute since I've talked to him.
Or
it is a happy, happy song. It really is.
We're just trying to be friendly. Come and watch, sing and play. We're the young generation, and we've got something to say. Oh. Ooh, monkeys.
We'd try to like swing so we'd hit the roof too, like right when the song would like ramp up. We'd be like, come on, we're going to hit the roof.
Wow. Okay. Good job. Jenny wins round number 1. And here we go. The next one. Aliens land on Earth. And they vow to destroy the planet unless somebody played the most epic love song of all time. Oh, my gosh. The fate of humanity and the planet Earth is all on your shoulders. You better pick the most epic love song of all time. Vaughn, what are you picking?
The most epic love song ever. It's not something sad like John Legend, All of Me, or it's not anything that played in the Titanic. It's a legendary song that would instantly snap the aliens into alien prom. Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
Let's stay together.
Underrated song.
So good.
Loving you weather.
Loving you weather, baby.
Times are good,
Bad, happy, or sad.
That is a really good love song because it's not about like I love you or I broke up and I miss you. It's let's stay together.
And it's
a
like,
good one.
It's upbeat enough that they'll do a little two-step at the alien prom with it. You know?
Okay, I like that. Okay. All right, Bailey, aliens land on Earth and vow to destroy the planet and everybody on it unless they are played the most epic love song of all time. And by the way, shout out to the creator of the Mixtape Game because I lifted this one right out of the game.
Oh, nice.
Lifted it right out of the game. What is the most epic love song of all time, Bailey?
Well, I love this planet, and I don't want it destroyed. And there are plenty of love songs in the world, but there's only one love song that rocks and is epic enough to make the aliens hop back onto the UFO, blast off into space, and never to return again with a sweet guitar solo to make their exit with. I just love a guitar solo. Get back in your UFO.
I mean, I appreciate it. I like the song, but you're out. You are ruled out already. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, you're out
That's
already.
a love song.
It's not a love song. I mean,
It
it is Sweet Child O' Mine, but I mean, it's not really what the aliens are looking for.
How the aliens didn't justify what they're looking for in the scenario. They're not looking for a love song about Sweet Child of
one
Mine.
day when you get to judge the Mixtape Game, you can do whatever rules you want. Till
Usually
then,
it's in a
pipe
couple
it.
weeks.
Pipe it. Jenny,
Yeah.
the aliens need to hear the most epic love song of all time, or they'll destroy the planet. What are you going to play for them, Jenny?
Okay, I took a leap of faith on this one because I know you, Dave, and I know you'll never pick a song you don't know, and I know you're not going to know the song, but it is an absolutely beautiful song, and it is by a guy named Nathan Sykes, who was part of the band The Wanted, and he did it with Ariana Grande. It's called Over and Over Again, and it's beautiful.
From the way you smile to the way you look, you capture me unlike no other. From the first hello, yeah, that's all it took. And suddenly we had each other. And I won't leave you. Always be true. 1 + 1, 2 for life. Over and over again.
You're right. I don't know the song, and I'm doing my best to appreciate it.
Okay,
Because just because
thank
I
you.
don't know it doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful love song.
Give me my crown.
Vaughn wins, though, because, it's a good choice. Yeah.
Underrated Al Green, baby. All of a sudden, the aliens snap into their suits and their prom dresses.
Yep.
They're like, you know what? We came down here to destroy mankind, but instead, we're going to kiss. We're going to make out
I
now.
just think it was a bold choice because I was expecting somebody to do like, my heart will go on and on. And we didn't get that one. So they were all valid choices. I really like that one. Bailey took a good chance on that one.
Yeah.
Jenny took, you were from the heart. But Vaughn, I think, nailed it on that one. So two-way tie on the mixtape game. Only one loser today. And that would be Bailey J. But Bailey, we still love you. And, you get to, who's hosting next week? We're not really sure. Probably
I will be
Bailey.
hosting
You'll be
next
hosting
week, yeah.
next week. Bailey, text message. Bailey, thanks for the comment. When Jenny said she hadn't talked to her dad and you said, or he hasn't talked to you, as someone with a tough dad relationship, that was comforting. The relationship goes both ways, not just child to parent.
Oh.
Love you, Bailey. I think that's true. If you're sitting around going, my daughter never calls me. Well, when's the last time you called her?
Bada bing,
My
bada
mom
boom.
never calls me. When's the last time you called your mom?
Yeah.
So it does go both ways.
It does indeed. The phone does go both ways.
And I can almost promise you they will be very happy to hear from you when you call. So
I'll give him a ring, a little jingle this weekend.
okay.
Jingle.
All right, it's KDWB on the Dave Ryan Show. It is Facial Friday. Facial Friday! You're going to win a high-end facial, beautiful, luxurious treatment. Relax. Just sit back and enjoy your high-end facial. Jenny's going to tell you about this, and we're going to tell you how to win on Facial Friday.
So you're going to win a hydrofacial from Face Foundry and a clear silk laser from Lasery. The value is like over $300, so you are getting quite a deal here. And we're looking for talkbacks on this one where you're going to tell us, why has your week been just real rough? And why do you deserve to get a facial?
You got 30 seconds on the talkback feature. Open that up. It's the iHeartRadio app. Tap the red microphone, and you can say, hey, it is Jill from Plymouth, and I had a bad week, and whatever it was. And if you need a minute to think about it, we're going to play them back in probably 10 minutes or so. So take your time, leave the talk back. We'll take the best one or the most, the worst week or whatever. No deaths, though. If you're going to say, yeah, my Aunt Florence died and her funeral is today. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your Aunt Florence. That's very sad. But we want more of a the puppy pooped all over the rug. Last week's winner was the Roomba went through the puppy poop and ran Roomba tracks all over the hardwood floor. That was our winner. So it can happen today. It can happen earlier this week. But it can't be too sad. Just then go online or go on the iHeart Radio app and use the talkback feature on Facial Friday on KDWB.
101.3 KDWB.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
Get out there and take advantage of today because it's going to be cloudy, but a high of 70. Tomorrow, though, it's going to cool down quite a bit. A high of only 42 with some rain. And then Sunday, a mixture of rain and ice with a high of 37.
This report is sponsored by Cub. Cub has everything you need. Fresh food, big savings, and your family's favorites. This week, serve up Holstone Farm St. Louis-style ribs or Western Country-style ribs for only $3.99 per pound. Cub, your one-stop shop. See store for details.
Hey, it's Jenny. Here's a straightforward thought inspired by straightforward pricing with home internet from AT&T. High-speed internet isn't just nice to have anymore, it's a necessity. But that doesn't mean your provider should hold all the cards. Ever signed up for internet at one price only to see it mysteriously change 12 months later? AT&T doesn't pull that trick. No more provider hopping just to avoid surprise hikes. And if you've ever been burned by equipment fees, here's some good news. You don't have to put up with that. For a bill that actually makes sense and is straightforward, you can get straightforward pricing with home internet from AT&T. Straightforward is better. Visit att.com/internet for details. Limited availability in select areas. Based on combined internet 1,000 wired up and down capacity versus major cable providers, 1 gig service with uploads of 35 megabits per second. Download max typically 940 megabits per second for internet 1,000. Speeds vary, not guaranteed. Restrictions apply.
The Minnesota RV Super Show is coming to you. Join us at any Camping World in Minnesota, March 26th through the 29th to shop special RV Super Show pricing on the best selection of new and used RVs in Minnesota. Tour brand new 2025 RVs starting at less than $5 a day. Enter to win a new RV and enjoy some free food on Saturday.
There's a nip in the air at Dixon Farms, and we're bringing in a new crop that you're sure to enjoy. It's a special hybrid we've been working on for years, and now Dixon Farms has perfected it. If you like delicious cantaloupe,
I love cantaloupe.
and if you like Dixon cider,
My wife and I both like Dixon cider.
then you'll love the newest member of the Dixon cider family, a cantaloupe with that unmistakable Dixon cider taste. Dixon cider melons.
Dixon cider melons? That sounds amazing.
It is. Lay back, all the way back, and get ready for Dixon cider melons. This fall, after you get some hot Dixon cider, try some warm Dixon cider melon.
Yes, please. I've been waiting to give my wife Dixon cider melons for a long time.
I have to be honest, it didn't do much for me, but he really enjoyed it.
This fall, get some juicy Dixon cider melons. And trust me, you'll want some extra napkins.
Thanks, Dixon Farms.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Turning outside, leaves are turning outside, leaves are turning outside, leaves are turning outside.
I say Earth's rotating, days are getting short. We are peeping, fall colors I can't ignore. Yeah, oak, maple, ash, birch. I brought some cider cause we are peeping. Pics for Instagram because we are peeping. Grab the camera and then cause we are peeping. Fall is here, just can't get enough. Gourds and pumpkins, photo ops with my bunch. Head to toe in soda clothing. At the apple farm, take my credit card. Pumpkin train, I want to ride. Come on, kids, let's get inside. Brown and orange, yellow too. Apple pie, hope there's some too.
Leaves are turning outside, leaves are turning outside, leaves are turning
I can't wait to take our Christmas pictures.
No, honey, I think you're right. Wearing flannel in this abandoned field at sunset.
Cause it's fall. We are peeping.
Is totally different. No one else has ever done this before, and I'm really happy that we can share this gift with all of our friends and family. You want to spend 3 hours on Saturday and then all day Sunday and drive to Cloquet and back the same day so we can look at leaves. Sure, I love it.
Cause you know that we are peeping.
Hey, you guys, put down your smokes. You guys, put down your beer. We've got a game tonight. That's why another school is here. Tax the rich. Your mom is here, and so is your aunt. Straight from Fort Wayne's most prestigious plant. Go fight with all your might and act like you give a crap. Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line, where for your entertainment, the cheer captain will now get pregnant by number 32, Billy Bob Bodine. We had a chance to win tonight. We practiced hard and long, but the QB's got an injury. Set himself on fire with his bong. Wick, wick, wick. Indiana's from where we hail. Look, the coach just got out of jail. Hey, does anybody want to buy a washer? Come see me after the game.
Okay.
As the happy face serial killer.
Listen to the hit iHeart podcast that inspired the new TV series. Happy Face tells the story of Melissa Moore finding out her father was the notorious Happy Face killer in 1995. Listen to Happy Face on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Happy Face and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Watch the Dave Ryan Show on YouTube. Just search Dave Ryan TV live on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. It's 101.3 KDWB.
Why has this week been tough on you? If it's been tough on you, then use the talkback feature and let us know. You could win on Facial Friday. We'll kind of pick the best one, even though it's kind of random because some are like as bad as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But here are some talkbacks on the iHeart app for Facial Friday.
Hey, this is Allison from Cambridge. I would love to win a facial because last week I had surgery on my tongue, and today is the first day I actually sound normal talking. But it's been rough. You use your tongue all day, every day, and it's been exhausting and painful. So I'd love to win a facial. Thanks. Love you guys.
I'm glad everything seemed to go okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that one a lot. She's in the lead.
She's in the lead
so far.
right now.
It's Christy from Savage, and I had a rough week because a weasel got into my chicken coop and killed 2 of my chickens, CJ and Pickles.
Not the named chickens.
CJ and Pickles.
No.
We never once. I grew up with chickens. We never once named our chickens. We used to have skunks that would get into our, because, you got to, they'll get in there and get in the hen house. Yes.
I don't know if I've ever seen a weasel. I'm sure they're terrifying.
All right, next one.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I need a facial. Beginning of this week, I started 3 night shift, 12-hour shifts as a registered nurse in the emergency room. Wild nights. And then I packed up my entire house yesterday, Thursday, to move to our new place, packed everything up, and now I work 3 more night shifts in the ER this weekend. So, yes, I need a facial.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
My name is Katie, and I have had the worst week. Actually, the worst 3 weeks. I had strep throat, the flu, past 2 weeks, and this week I ended up in the hospital with severe chest pain. Turns out I tore a muscle in my chest, and I also have pneumonia. I need a facial.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh.
They're all good. It's going to be kind of a crapshoot which one wins. Let's see what else we got. Lizbeth?
My name is Elizabeth, and I am from both Nerstrand and Outing, Minnesota, originally from Woodbury, and I deserve a facial because we have our house on the market, and of course, showings and keeping it clean and complaints about not liking the layout of a house. It was very stressful, and we just wanted to sell, and I deserve a facial because the stress of this is making me crazy. Thanks.
I can tell. That is the worst. Because your realtor will call them and say, there's family wants to see your house in 15 minutes. Can you be out of the house? You're like, well, I'm in the middle of making dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you had to straighten everything else up. You take the dog down to the park. You sit in the park doing nothing until they're done. It is stressful. Couple of more here. You can stop loading them on because we're going to get 45 of these. So here we go.
My husband is currently in the United States Air Force basic training, and I am soloing parenting of 5 children, 5 girls. 5? I could definitely use a facial right now.
Wow.
Jeez.
How are you going to get time to get a facial? Who's going to watch them kids?
Bring them along.
Okay, bring them along.
Watch.
All right, another one.
Hi. I deserve a facial this week because I have 7-month-old twins and they are both teething. I'm very tired and my face shows it. Thanks. Bye.
Now, that's a simple one. That's that doesn't include a weasel in the hen house. Let's do another one.
My 7-month-old puppy decided to eat the entire trash bin because he can open the door to the garbage, and he ate it all, then diarrheaed all over the only room with carpet. Happy Friday.
The only room with carpet, of course. All right. I got a couple of more, and we'll put a cap on it because there's a lot of people who've had a rotten week.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and my week was terrible because we went to the Dells for my daughter's spring break, and on the way back, my transmission goes out and won't shift past second gear. We babied it to the shop, and they said, yep, we got to replace your transmission, as well as there's metal shavings in your cooling system or something. I don't know. I'm not a car person. But $10,052 later, my vehicle is fixed.
Oh, my God. That's so much money.
Did she say 10,000?
I'm just getting a new car at that point.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
My 30-week pregnant wife, who is also a teacher, has had one hell of a week. She had to walk out on one of her classes this week because kids were just absolutely rude to her. She's had to fight a few mornings and nights with our 4-year-old because she is just a mini teenager. And daycare for our youngest has been closed all week, so she had to take 2 of her 12 PTO days, which also includes her maternity leave, to be at home with her. My wife needs a facial.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 more.
Okay.
I don't know how we're going to decide this one. I like that one best so far, but I also lean toward the weasel. I lean toward the military mom.
I lean toward the spring break car breakdown.
That's a big one, too.
One of my wife's clients was involved in some nefarious business dealings, and subsequently she was served a subpoena that needs to be responded to on Monday. And she has been working 12-hour days, not getting her work done, just answering all of their questions. I'm thinking that she is very deserving of Facial Friday.
Okay. And last one.
Hi, it's Danielle from Mankato. I had my final fitting for my wedding dress. I'm getting married in the beginning of May, and the dress, I don't know what they did to it, but it looks awful. It's completely ruined at this point, and now I have less than 40 days to find and alter a new one.
Oh, no.
I cannot tell you how many times I've ugly cried in the last 24 hours.
Oh, I can imagine.
Give them all a facial.
Well,
we can't.
I don't think we have enough right now to do that, but we do have to pick one.
What do you think, Bailey? Wrote them all down.
Well, so we've got the tongue surgery, we got weasel, we got an RN in the ER, strep, flu, tore muscle, pneumonia lady. Gosh, that sounds rough. House on the market, teething twins, 5 children, being solo with 5 children, all girls, puppy eating the trash, transmission out, $10,000, teacher being rough, awful wedding dress fitting, and the subpoena. That's all of our choices.
Wow. I don't know.
I don't know either.
We're going to choose one. I'm going to say, I'm going to do the guy who's got the pregnant wife, just because I thought it was nice that he called in for his wife.
The teacher?
That's not my final word. I mean, that's not the final word. You guys have anything else? Be bold. Come on, pick one. Pick one.
I would go with the person who had to just drop 10 grand on their car because that was such an unexpected expense. So they definitely need some like relaxation time.
Bailey?
I like the weasel, but that's just because they use the word weasel, and weasel's a funny word.
It was funny. Yeah. Vaughn,
Pickles
did you have
and
a
CJ.
favorite?
I really like the pregnant wife one, too, because, most guys, I don't think any other guy did that for their wife.
There's like one other guy, but we're gonna go with that one, I believe.
My 30-week pregnant wife, who is also a teacher, has had one hell of a week. She had to walk out on one of her classes this week because kids were just absolutely rude to her. She's had to fight a few mornings and nights with our 4-year-old because she is just a mini teenager. And daycare for our youngest has been closed all week, so she had to take 2 of her 12 PTO days, which also includes her maternity leave, to be at home with her. My wife needs a facial.
Okay. All right. And there's no wrong answer. And there's no one who's like clearly the winner.
Yeah.
But I like that one. So we'll do that one. And next week, hopefully you won't win the facial because you'll have a
great
better week.
Yeah.
Remember what I've told you. No hill goes up forever. Remember that saying?
Yes.
No hill goes up forever. Sometimes you get to the crest of that hill and now you coast for a little bit. No hill can go up
it's a
forever.
false peak.
It can
Then
be a
you
false
keep going.
Can be a false peak.
Where is that peak?
Okay, but it doesn't go up forever. All right, we'll be back in a second with You Can't Make This Stuff Up on KDWB. Stay here.
For more information about contests on this station, go to kdwb.com/rules.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
The weather is going to be all over the place this weekend, so your pretty typical Minnesota spring weekend. Cloudy and 70 today. Tomorrow we'll see rain, a high of 42. And Sunday, a mixture of rain and ice in the morning, a high of 37.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Lose your key? Don't get stuck without a spare. At Batteries Plus, you can get a key fob for up to 50% less than what a dealership would charge. Keys cut, key fobs programmed, and batteries replaced on the spot. Avoid a car key catastrophe. Get a spare key today at Batteries Plus.
Friend calls me and said, "Do you got the number for Zero Res?" I said, "Yeah, it's really simple." Why? What happened? They said, "Well, we got new furniture. When we moved the old furniture off the carpet, there was a giant clean spot where the couch and the love seat and recliner used to be." I said, "I got you. 9520 Res." I said, "When you call, make sure you ask for the KDWB 3-room special, which gets you 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $119. And by the way, they can also take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well, because that's very important. The air ducts are like the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers." They said, "Okay, cool. Also, you can find them online, zeroresminnesota.com. But get your spring cleaning done and jump early on that with the big savings and priority booking by calling the heroes over at Zero Res. 952-ZERO-RES or zeroresminnesota.com. Say you want that KDWB special. Zero Res, spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
You know that feeling when you're a part of something big? Something that makes you rise to your feet?
Buxton, Lopez. He struck him out. Carlos Correa.
There's nothing like Twins baseball. The vibe brings us together no matter what. It's time to show up and rise to the occasion. When we're together, the Twins rise as one. Rise with us. Opening day, April 3rd. First 10,000 fans get an opening day beanie courtesy of your local Northland Ford dealers.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Literally just had one of these moments the other day. I saw an old picture on social media. The 5 o'clock shadow in my underarms. Yikes. But you know what? That will never happen again. I went to Ideal Image for laser hair removal. I saw they had thousands of 5-star reviews, the licensed medical professionals. The results, fantastic. And right now, get up to 72% on laser hair removal. Call them today to get promo pricing and special offers on all their med spa services at 1-800-BI-DEAL. That's 1-800-BI-DEAL or idealimage.com.
Pickleball is on the rise. 46.8 million players nationwide with a projected $5 billion industry by 2033. Looking to be part of this exciting growth? Crush Yard offers a unique franchise opportunity, redefining the pickleball experience with indoor court, exceptional dining, craft drinks, and entertainment. This is your chance to invest in a rapidly growing brand shaping the future of leisure. For a limited time, you can own a piece of the action. Visit CrushYardFranchising.com to learn more. Crush Yard, pickleball, bar, and lounge.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
This is an important message for anyone who has used rideshare services Uber or Lyft. If you've experienced any kind of unwanted sexual misconduct or physical assault by an Uber or Lyft driver, you may be entitled to substantial compensation even if your incident happened years ago. Text HEAL to 323232 right now to see if you qualify for cash compensation. Uber finally admitted they have received nearly 10,000 sexual assault complaints from passengers. If you were a victim of physical assault or any kind of unwanted sexual misconduct as a passenger of an Uber or Lyft ride, such as forced groping, kissing, or worse, text HEAL to 323232 right now as you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. You can finally get the justice, closure, and substantial financial settlement you deserve while remaining completely anonymous. But hurry, there is a deadline to file a case. Text HEAL to 323232 right now to see if you qualify for significant cash compensation. Text the word HEAL to 323232. Text HEAL to 323232.
At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less, but only for a limited time. Hurry, book your appointment at jacksonhewitt.com today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
This summer, create those unforgettable memories with your kids and family with Minnesota State Parks and Trails I Can programs. I can camp, I can paddle, I can fish, I can mountain bike, and more. Find out everything you need to know, mndnr.gov/ICAN.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the easy-to-use app that uses immersive lessons to teach you a new language in a way that sticks. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you text radio to 64,000. That's radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
We have a stall 94 westbound on the exit ramp to 49th Avenue. We have delays on 35W northbound from 26th Street to 94. Lafayette Freeway sluggish northbound from the Lafayette Bridge up to 94. Highway 169 closed southbound at County Road 69 with a crash. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Major League Baseball.
Since the dawn of baseball, countless players have heard the call of destiny. Witness the hills of the game in ballparks nationwide. Get your tickets today at MLB.com/tickets. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
101.3 KDWB. You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
Bill Gates predicts that in the next 10 years, we will be working 2 to 3 days a week. Why? How?
And
because
can
we're
it come
lazy.
Sooner? Is that can it come sooner?
No. Yeah, I don't know about that. Why? Because AI is going to be doing most jobs. I mean, what all could AI do? I mean, could be a doctor. Could an AI do the Dave Ryan show? I mean, seriously, an AI could come up with, it wouldn't take much of an AI. Probably about the power of a calculator to come up with the Dave Ryan show content. Not a whole lot. He says if you zoom out, the purpose of life is not just to do jobs. More leisure time sounds great. The question is, how will we make money to enjoy all that leisure time if AI is doing all the work? I don't know how the economy works in that method, whether it's like money is generated even if it's not by humans, it's generated by AI.
Yeah.
So, but then you don't have to pay an AI computer for coming up with the Dave Ryan show.
Right.
It'll work for free. But then again, you got to create it. I don't know how it would work.
I
But
would just assume the money that they would spend on a person that they're now saving with AI, they just get to hold on to it. And then they just have more money. The business.
Or maybe make more investments to make the AI robot better.
Yeah.
And more efficient.
Okay, well, good luck. I
Good luck.
probably, I don't know, maybe you will see, we're around to see when that happens. He says in the next 10 years. So here's another one. A woman in Germany is not about to let her advanced age keep her from doing what she loves. And what she loves doing is having babies. Alexandra Hildebrandt just gave birth to her 10th child at the age of 66.
Damn.
Wow.
She insists she did it naturally without the use of fertility drugs. The baby boy named Philip was delivered via C-section at a healthy 7 pounds, 13 ounces, welcomed by his 9 siblings who range from 2 to 46.
What?
There is no way that a woman can get pregnant past the age of, I don't know, but past a certain age.
Yeah.
Certainly not past the age of 60.
I don't know how that works. But, I mean, what I hear is there's still hope for you to get someone else pregnant, Dave.
No, there's not because they're not willing. No.
Yeah, they're not willing.
They're not willing. Like, bro.
You'd be like, hey, want me to put a baby in it? No, sir.
Pepper
spray,
Pepper spray.
My eyes.
And that is, you can't make this stuff up. Coming up, Dave's Dirt in a few minutes on KDWB. Hey, I want to remind you, we don't get to remind you very often about the Minnesota Goodbye. The Minnesota Goodbye is a podcast that we do that's about 15 to 20 minutes of different stuff that we don't get to talk about on the radio. And we get to swear freely, so we do drop the F-bomb here and there and other choice swear words, and it's called the Minnesota Goodbye. We read emails and questions and more candid stuff than we get to do on the radio. And trust me, we're pretty darn candid on the radio. But the Minnesota Goodbye is on the iHeartRadio app, and there's an episode every single weekday, Monday through Friday. All right. I want to remind you that I will be doing the Let's Play Hockey tomorrow night, 5 o'clock at the Wild Game. My goal is to not screw it up like Adrian Peterson did. Now, Adrian Peterson did it a few years ago. William H. Macy, I think, did it last night. And the thing is, you go out and you go, hey, Minnesota, or something, let's play hockey. Now, they gave Adrian Peterson, a Viking, a big, giant buildup, and he totally
botched it.
Yes, exactly.
Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the Fox Sports North Stage for a special introduction. This 7th pick in the 2007 NFL Draft owns the record for most rushing yards in a single game and most 200-yard games for a rookie. He was the 2007 Pro Bowl MVP and led the league in rushing in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, Please welcome Vikings All-Pro running back Adrian Peterson. Take it away, AP.
All right. It's time to drop the puck. So everyone say it with me. To play hockey.
Had one job.
And I think, yeah, you had one job. I think it dropped out. He actually said, it's time to play hockey. Say it with me. Well, they were ready with, let's play hockey. But he's like, say it with me. It's time to play hockey. Now, he's human. You can give him a little grace and say maybe he was nervous because he's not really a performer that way. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a fairly small assignment.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
It's 3 words. If I get nervous, I'm just going to say, let's play hockey. Can't really mess that up.
Yeah, you can't, but you'll find a way.
Yeah, it's not
everybody.
Gotta get up in time to.
He didn't have to remember the words to the national anthem.
Right,
No,
yeah.
Come on. All right.
Well, they probably literally like, hey, be here at this time and you're going to say something. And that was what he was told. And then they were like, all right, go ahead.
I don't think that's true. Because you know, at a lot of these events, like we tell people, hey, this is what you're going to say. You're going to say these words. Like when people call on the show, I say, hey, don't curse. You remind them of things. So I'm sure they told him, this is what you're going to say. 3 words.
There's no question. Even if he's not a hockey fan, it's easy. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to do what? Oh, I'm going to say, let's play hockey.
He's not listening.
God.
Let's go, everybody.
You said that the game is at 5 tomorrow?
Yeah.
So is it like at puck drop that you're saying that, or is it kind of like pregame stuff?
It's a little bit before.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
a
So you
bit
got to be
before.
there maybe a little earlier.
I'm going to be there a little bit early. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna
for
get
the
some
people
snacks.
who want to hear you and chime in with you, just make sure you're there a little bit before 5.
I would say a little bit before 5, yeah. Okay, we'll see you there tomorrow night. Dave's Dirt is coming up in a second. I'm going to give you a list of other things that are going on this weekend on Dave's Dirt next on KDWB.
I know you wanted me to stay.
Name the last song that had a guitar solo in it. I really can't. I mean, especially like a pop song that has a guitar solo in it. They just don't do them anymore.
I love a guitar solo. I feel like they make every song 8,000 million times better.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but I don't remember a guitar solo. That used to be the staple of every pop song. But now it's like, no.
Now it's what kind of dirty language can I throw in here? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll look at the brackets. It is the month of brackets, so we did brackets this time on your best firsts. And so we started off with 16 different firsts. And just for fun, we'll go through them really quickly here. Vaughn's got a list of all of the different firsts that we voted on brackets.
We had first crush, first time being drunk, first tattoo, first job, first time riding a bike, first fancy dinner, first car, first baby, first time driving a car, first pet, first kiss, first flight, first vacation, first house or apartment, first concert, and first time doing the lovin'. We did that Monday. We had all 16.
And yesterday we were down to the top two.
The top two were first baby and first pet.
So not first kiss, not first lovin', not first apartment, not first flight or fancy dinner.
No.
First job, no. So first kid or first pet. What were the percentages?
Let me go do some research, math.
Because I would have probably voted, I would say, you're supposed to say first kid.
Yeah, if you've had a kid.
I would think I would probably say first kid.
And I would say first pet because I haven't had a kid.
yet.
All right, you ready for the winner?
Well, let's do the percentages first.
Okay. It was a landslide, 74% and 26%.
I know I know it was going to win.
The winner of the best first bracket on the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB was first baby.
First baby.
First baby.
Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thanks for
And
voting.
that's our last bracket of the month. So we had 4 brackets total.
Yes.
Fast food, Culver's one.
Yes.
The most embarrassing thing to buy was
adult toys.
Yes.
A good one.
The best store at the mall, Bath and Body Works. And then best first is your first baby.
And you might not agree with any of those, but we did a very scientific poll, and that's what we came up with.
And now the stories that TMZ and People Magazine won't touch. Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
Well, we got a couple of scandally little stories here, so let's get started. A taxi driver in London picked up a celebrity. They didn't realize it. And they're driving along through London, and they go, you really sound like Harry Styles.
Oh my
The
gosh.
passenger says, because I am Harry Styles. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I would die if Harry Styles was in my vehicle.
Fallon or Jenny or somebody saw Harry Styles picking up fast food somewhere in Laguna Beach or something.
It was Fallon, not me. No.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I saw the game one time at Nobu in Malibu, but like no one remembers who the
What
game
is
is.
the game saying?
He worked with 50 Cent.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember the game, but good for you, Jenny.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. I did the creepily, like, let's go take a cute picture out on the patio, but just like angled my girlfriend so the game was like in the background.
Yeah, of course
all
you do.
of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Fergie turned 50 yesterday. And to celebrate, she shared a note to her childhood self. She said, you'll be proud of yourself. You won't have it all figured out, but you realize who does. Success really is in the journey, and true happiness can be found in the smallest, simple moments.
Aw,
yeah, okay, that's nice.
sweet.
Will Smith is honored in his hometown of West Philadelphia, born and raised, where his street was named after him. It's called Will Smith Way.
Okay.
Will Smith Way.
He was there to accept the honor, said, Philly, I love you. I am yours. You are mine. One of the things these streets of Philadelphia taught me, there's nothing wrong with a hard day's work. Now, he's got several different song references in there. I am yours, you are mine is a song reference. One of these things the streets of Philadelphia taught me, that's a song reference. And then there's nothing wrong with a hard day's work. Oh, that's hard day's night. So never mind. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Okay. Kelly Clarkson, during an interview, she said that she didn't realize that American Idol back in the day was a TV show. I'm not sure what they sold it to her as, but she said
like a talent show instead?
Maybe so.
For all of us in that first season, we literally I didn't even know it was a TV show until my third audition. We were like, oh, this might work. I might meet someone or whatever. Nobody knew it was going to amount to anything. So I think for me, we were literally like kids, at 19 years old, just like trying to pay my electric bill, y'all. So it was a different thing. So I don't look at it like how everybody perceives it.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, they probably don't know at first because you do have to go through multiple rounds of auditions. Like you go to like a stadium and you like audition in front of like random producers at first, and then you have to do another one, and then you finally maybe make it to the TV stage.
I guess that makes sense because they had no point of reference because you didn't know what American Idol was until it had been on for a season, so it had not been on at all.
So maybe she thought it was like a networking event. Like you wouldn't know until your third audition. Like, oh, I thought I was just here to meet people.
She said people were really mean. Who were really mean have been coaches. Oh, this is what she said. Okay. People were mean to her back in the day despite her winning the show because she was from a talent show. And a lot of people are like, you didn't pay your dues. A lot of people made fun of Carrie Underwood because she didn't come up paying her dues, playing in small, podunk little bars in Fargo or Minot.
Yeah. So
she immediately went from unknown to winning American Idol, and people didn't like that. She said people who were really mean have been coaches on The Voice. They hated talent shows, and they ended up being on The Voice. People were really cruel at first. It was a very unlikable thing. She didn't name names, but it obviously wasn't Jennifer Hudson, who was on American Idol, and they were really close on The Voice due to their similar experiences. So I'm not sure who it was.
I feel like we all know somebody who's auditioned for American Idol. I mean, I think I know at least like 2 or 3 people. And yeah, they always tell me about like going to like a big stadium where they have like little cubicles that you just walk into and you audition for one person.
Yep. Yeah. So true. Steve auditioned for American Idol.
Did he really?
He did, probably 2008-ish. As a joke. He dressed up as like a prince from the Renaissance Festival.
Of course he did.
I told him, I said, you got to have a gimmick. So Steve can actually sing pretty well. But I said, you don't sing well enough to get past the initial round. So he got about 2 or 3 rounds deep into it. Dressed like a prince from the Renaissance Festival.
Wow.
That was his gimmick.
I mean, if it made him get that far.
It did. Somebody asked the internet, what celebrity gives you I sold my soul to the devil vibes? And here's some good ones. Kanye.
Yep.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled. Somebody said nobody gets that rich and famous simply by saying, we the best music before songs start.
Another one.
Adam Levine. The entire Kardashian clan, they say if it wasn't the devil's hand, it feels dark. Originally, they were boosted by O.J. Simpson's trial and Kim's sex tape. Jared Leto. Leto. Somebody said, I can't tell if he's weird or a cult leader or both. Logan Paul.
Weird.
Okay. Willem Dafoe.
What? He's like a national treasure. People love him.
This is just one person, so don't panic.
Scary.
Keith Richards, not for his fame, but for his longevity against all odds. Ozzy Osbourne. They say Ozzy is one of the only few who gambled with the devil and won. Marilyn Manson, Michael Jackson, Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez, and every judge on country's Blank's Got Talent. So what celebrity gives you the I sold my soul to the devil vibes? Madonna gives me I sold my soul to the devil vibes. Anybody else? Any other celebrity hit you guys that way?
The Weeknd, maybe at this point.
The Weeknd.
He's kind of, I don't know. He's just
dark and scary.
Yeah, and I love his music. And one of his concerts is one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. But now I'm just getting real weird vibes from him.
It's because you saw that movie about making the star with Lily Rose Depp.
That, but also I see clips of his current tour, and he just he does weird tongue things, and I don't know. He's gotten real out there, I feel like.
Okay. Oh. And finally, Huffington posted a story on the dating term floodlighting. It's where you reveal too much about yourself way too soon. Now, somebody named Brene Brown coined it about 15 years ago as something to avoid, but now people are doing it on purpose to fast-track relationships or to see if the person can handle them. So what is it all about? So you might say on a date, I'm an only child. I hate my dad. I'm on a cleanse. I got a ton of debt. And technically I'm banned from Walmart. Can you handle that? So instead of, I don't know, moonlighting, I'm not sure what it comes from. Yeah. Floodlighting is the thing that you should do on a date to see whether they can handle you.
It kind of just sounds like trauma dumping.
Right. Sounds like Love is Blind.
Yeah, like you're just going to tell every traumatic thing that happened to you, see if they can handle it. Honestly, I'm not all against it.
No.
Because sometimes you just need to know right off the bat what you might be dealing with and if someone's going to be able to handle it.
I don't necessarily do the trauma dumping thing, but I definitely do floodlighting if I go on a date because I don't care for small talk. Like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, that's neat. I'll just go into a date thinking I already know this person, so we can talk like we're friends at least, rather than complete strangers going on a date with each other, because then that's the only way I can get through it. So I'm just going to be like,
what are you talking about then if you don't do any small talk?
well, like it might be small talk, but I wouldn't be like, so what do you do? Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. Tell me more about your degree. Oh, that's nice. I'll be like, oh, so what's your degree? Oh, philosophy. Once I took a philosophy class in college, it was called blah, 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 blah. And then just talk past a small talk
You know what
point.
this sounds like, Dave?
What?
Shut up. You've seen American Pie, right?
Yeah.
That one time at band
The
camp?
one time at band camp, yeah.
That's like what it sounded like.
I've never seen it.
You haven't?
You don't know that reference?
I mean, I know one time at band camp, but I've never seen the movie.
Whenever I see that girl, Allison, whatever her name is, I'm like, are you still embarrassed about that scene this one time in band camp? Look up the rest of that scene.
Yeah.
We'll not say it on
Something
the
about
radio.
like a trumpet.
As a flute, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So she thought she was finally in a good relationship, but was she? A 29-year-old hairstylist in New York had been cheated on before, an experience that left her devastated and heartbroken. So she knew her new boyfriend was different, but still, she couldn't help but wonder, would he betray her just like her ex did? She says she needed peace of mind. She needed a loyalty test. So-called loyalty tests have blown up on social media where people offer to test each other's significant others by flirting with them, sometimes over social media, sometimes in person. If the person flirts back or worse, makes plans to meet up, they fail the test, and the partner is then left to decide how to proceed. We've done this on the radio. Radio created so many things before it hit the mainstream. We did it years ago when Corey Foley was on the show. We would get your boyfriend's number. We called it the wrong number game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Corey would call and say, hey, hi, is Caroline there? Some guy. No, you got the wrong number. Yo, you don't know Caroline? No, I don't know Caroline. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? You sound kind of cute. Bryce. You want to bang? Yeah. And then so they would, hook up a connection.
Yeah.
So
I remember those.
We should do that again next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
The wrong
last
number
one we
game.
did was so
Okay.
good. The last one we did was so good. Jenny did it, and she was like, do you lift? And then he said, I could lift that something can't say on the radio. It was so fun because he caught on. He was like, this
he knew
sounds
it was
stupid.
a joke. He wasn't being serious.
That's why it was so funny.
Okay, write it down for next week. We'll see what we
Yeah.
can do. All right, coming up on the Dave Ryan Show. Question, is this wedding tradition outdated and weird and sexist and stupid? Or is it still a cool tradition? We really need to know because there are people getting married this summer and somebody's asking, do I still do this at my wedding or is it an old, dumb tradition? I need your help. We'll do it next on KDWB. A friend calls me and said, do you got the number for Zero Res? I said, yeah, it's really simple. Why? What happened? They said, well, we got new furniture. When we moved the old furniture off the carpet, there was a giant clean spot where the couch and the love seat and recliner used to be. I said, I got you. 9520 Res. I said, when you call, make sure you ask for the KDWB 3-room special, which gets you 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $119. And by the way, they can also take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well, because that's very important. The air ducts are like the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. They said, okay, cool. Also, you can find them online, zeroresminnesota.com. But get your spring cleaning done and jump early on that with the big savings and priority booking by calling the heroes over at Zero Res. 952-ZERO-RES or zeroresminnesota.com. Say you want that KDWB special, Zero Res. Spell it backward or forward. It spells the same.
Have you found your new favorite feature on the iHeartRadio app yet?
Yeah, it's my new go-to.
This is the app you need.
I just made my favorite podcast one of the presets.
Find out what everyone's talking about. Get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today. iHeartRadio.
When you lose weight, does the stubborn fat stay in your problem areas? Do your problem areas run in your family? Well, it's not about willpower. You've willed yourself through years of brutal diets and 5 a.m. workouts, and you're still frustrated. So if it's not about willpower, it's likely genetics, and the doctors at Sono Bello have the answer. Wherever you have stubborn, diet-resistant fat and inches, Sono Bello's micro-laser fat removal technology removes it for good in one comfortable visit. Those stubborn inches around your tummy are gone. Muffin top, side fat, gone. Thigh, arm, or back fat, gone. Even saggy loose skin, gone permanently. Warm weather is almost here. Now is the perfect time to visit Sono Bello and get your goal body in time to go swimsuit, shorts, and tank top shopping. Micro laser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sono Bello doctors are the experts.
Do this for you and save. Schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/radio. That's sonobello.com/radio.
Up to $2,000 bonus cash? Luther Brookdale Mazda. 0% APR for 60 months on qualifying new Mazdas? Luther Brookdale Mazda. Midwest's largest volume Mazda dealer 5 years running? Luther Brookdale Mazda. See dealer for details. The only thing we overlook is $694.
With a seasonally rotating menu of over 30 unique cocktails and a great patio, make sure to stop at Flying Dutchman Spirits the next time you're thirsty, or you can pick up a bottle to take home at your local liquor store. Flying Dutchman Spirits, where handcrafted spirits become mouth-watering cocktails. Mention iHeartRadio and get a free cocktail with purchase of another at the distillery in Eden Prairie off of Shady Oak Road.
This summer, create those unforgettable memories with your kids and family with Minnesota State Parks and Trails I Can programs. I can camp, I can paddle, I can fish, I can mountain bike, and more. Find out everything you need to know, mndnr.gov/ICAN.
Home Internet from AT&T presents a straightforward moment inspired by straightforward pricing.
And now we just cube the pancetta.
What's on the menu?
Your fave, Mom, carbonara. I'm streaming a new recipe.
Hold on to this internet, son. It's a keeper.
Oh, I will. It's the one.
So, no more one-year stands?
Nope. With home internet from AT&T, there's no price increase at 12 months.
What about equipment fees?
Equipment fees were never right for you.
I'm done playing those games. What I have now is straightforward.
Okay. In the spirit of being straightforward, your carbonara is carbonara-ish.
And this is takeout. I was going to pass it off as homemade.
Oh, you did that for me.
Well, now that we're being straightforward with each other, I just want to say that...
Careful now. No equipment fees, no annual contracts, no price increase at 12 months. Straightforward is better with home internet from AT&T. Geographic and service restrictions apply to AT&T Internet services. Visit att.com/internet for details.
I'm Neil, founder of Clayroom. When I found ceramics, I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative. So I set out to open my own studio. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. Now we're molding a creative community.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Getting ready for summer vacation. It's a process because it's lots of time at the beach and the pool, bikinis. That's why I hit up Ideal Image. You know, the spots that won't go away no matter how much ab work you do. So I did Cool Sculpting Elite at Ideal Image on my tummy, and it freezes away stubborn fat without surgery or downtime. You're just there hanging out. I was watching a show on my phone. The results are amazing. And right now you can get up to 52% off Cool Sculpting. Call them 1-800-BE-IDEAL, 1-800-BE-IDEAL, or idealimage.com.
Don't wait until spring to sell your house. I've seen so many people make that mistake. Then come March, they're competing against everyone else, and they wish they'd sold sooner. If you're ready to sell today, get your guaranteed cash offer at chrislindahl.com and start packing.
Certain restrictions apply.
KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Spring has sprung, and so have the deals at Kohl's Spring Savings Event. I just got a comfy tee for just $7.99, a cute swimsuit for $19.99, 40% off patio furniture from my backyard, and so much more. So don't wait. These deals are too good to miss. Hurry over to Kohl's to save big on warm weather essentials during their Spring Savings Event today. Select styles. Offers end March 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is the sound of creamy, delicious Organic Valley milk. This is the sound of an Organic Valley farm where that milk comes from and where the wildlife is protected. Yeah, drink it in. Learn more at ov.coop.
It is pretty quiet on the roadways. Good news on 94 westbound. They cleared a crash at Cretin, and Highway 169 has reopened southbound from County Road 69 to Chestnut Boulevard. following an accident investigation. So no accidents and no delays at this time. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. The Macy's Spring VIP sale is here with exclusive savings, like an extra 30% off the season's most loved brands, plus 15% off must-have beauty essentials too. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply at the Macy's Spring VIP sale.
Follow the show on Instagram. Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Enjoy your Friday. It's going to be gorgeous today. Not so much tomorrow. I just saw a meme of spring in the Midwest, and it's like beautiful flower blossoms on Monday, snowstorm on Tuesday, thunderstorms and tornadoes on Wednesday, beautiful flower blossoms on Thursday, and then Friday's so bad they can't even show it. So, and that's kind of how it is. Beautiful today, not so much tomorrow with a high of 42.
Oh, please don't tell me that.
Nice.
Back home, it's supposed to be, I think New York's going to have its first, like, almost 80-degree day tomorrow.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Minnesota's always just a run a little bit behind when it comes to springtime. So we get a text message that said, we're getting married in later this summer. Should I still do a bouquet toss? And I don't know. I don't know. They were a tradition for a very long time, and all the single women would stand up, and the bride would throw the bouquet over her shoulder, and then they would try to catch it, and then the next one to catch it would get married. I don't know whether that is a thing anymore or not. I'm going to say that been to the most weddings lately because you're in that demographic where all your friends are getting married, Jenny.
Yeah, I think I had like 3 or 4 last summer. I don't remember a bouquet toss at any of them.
Really?
Honestly, I don't. But yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's outdated. I think you do it if you want to do it, but I don't think people do it as often as they used to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in general, people are like veering away from tradition, but they won't make like a big deal about it. Like, we're not going to do a bouquet toss at this wedding because it's a tradition we want to do away with. They'll just not do it.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it
you don't
won't be
have
a
to
big
make an
deal.
announcement.
Yeah.
Vaughn, you've been to some weddings lately. You're 23. Have people they do? I mean, have you been to weddings where they do a bouquet toss?
Yeah, plenty of them. I've seen them do the bouquet toss. What I think is starting to be outdated is the garter thing that the guys do. They they throw a garter and the guy catches it, and then the woman that caught the bouquet, he'll like shimmy up her skirt and like try to put it up her leg. Or up her dress or whatever.
That's how that works from your perspective? Or
I think so.
I think the groom takes the garter off the bride.
Yes.
Then throws it to all the single guys.
Yeah. Which that is gross to me.
Yeah, and
in
then
general.
after that, the guy that caught the garter and then the woman that caught the bouquet, they'll do like a little thing in the chair, right? Is that not how that goes?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but I know what you're talking about because I think it's the groom that does it to the bride, and that's what happens in the chair. Because if that was the case, and it's like, okay, now that you caught the bouquet, you have to have this random dude put this garter on you. I wouldn't even go out to grab the bouquet just for the like,
you would
fear.
love a random dude putting a garter on you.
No, because he'd be a mouth breather probably. And then, I don't know,
maybe
he'd
that's
lick
what you
my
deserve.
leg at
Maybe
the
you
same
would deserve
time.
a mouth breather.
I'd be like,
Hey,
do
Bailey.
the chickens have large talons?
Text messages. Should you still do a bouquet toss at a wedding? Well, we'll leave it up to you. They really don't know. Text message. I got married in 2018.